Taurus, hi. So this is the reading for September 18th through the 24th. And I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Taurus. What's cracking whacking? Waiting. That's what's happening. Waiting. A lot of waiting. A lot of time passes. A lot of changing of minds. Just a lot of waiting in general. In the recent past, the Temperance, the Ace of Swords, the Death card. I feel like you've been wanting to do something for a very long time there, and I kind of get the sense that you just didn't do it. You know, whatever that is. I don't know what it is. In the current situation, the Seven of Swords, the Ten of Swords, the Three of Cups. I feel like we're back to that, where whatever it is that you wanted to do and you just didn't do it, I feel like it came back. You still have your back turned to it. You look hopeless in the situation. You look like, you want for something to happen, but you look at whatever you want to happen and you're like, it's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. And that just doesn't allow you to move forward here. So whatever this is has been on hold for a very long time there. You've been on hold with this for a very long time. In the immediate future, the Eight of Swords, the Three of Swords, the Three of Wands. This is just you going in your head, creating a whole lot of scenarios about what could happen. And that only kind of stirs up a lot of pain within you. And it just creates more time, more waiting time. None of these situations present themselves as helpful to you. If anything, more damaging. But let's see. Let's see what's going on. Let me see the Two of Wands. The Four of Wands, the Fool, the Page of Wands. So whatever's on hold seems to be quite the beautiful energy. It talks about commitment. It talks about openness, like no tomorrow, like something that your soul is craving for. Playfulness. Good things here, but it's on hold. Let's do the Temperance card. The Hierophant, the Queen of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands. Yeah, this definitely involves another person here. Whatever this was, and I feel like somehow, somewhat, it played out in your life to some extent. Because I see you there, I see a deep-ass connection between you and somebody else. Whoever this is may be a little younger, or in the way they show up, they just present themselves as younger, possibly. But, just great energies put together and creating something quite deep, you know. Let's do the Ace of Swords. Oops. Oopsie doops. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse, the Ace of Swords, the King of Pentacles. Interesting, because your action towards something here, and I feel like it's been like that from the get-go in this situation. So if this played out physically at some point in your life, you're showing me a sense of, I know exactly what I gotta do. I have clarity. I know what this represents to me. You functioned from the opposite of that, through that. So you functioned from a place of, I don't trust myself. I don't know who I am. I'm completely lost. I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. Whereas the energies were available for you to actually do it right. To be like, no, I know what I'm doing. I know what I want, you know? Let's do the Death card. The Magician, the Six of Swords, the Two of Swords. Yeah, I feel like an ending has been brought to the situation eventually, completely. And ironically enough, I see somebody trying to manifest something, but because they're manifesting from a place of complete confusion, they just kind of bring an end to a situation. So it's kind of like a shit show turning into zero. Completely, all of a sudden, you know. So the universe definitely responded to that manifestation. The problem is the manifestation was brought in from a place of chaos. So it was chaos until somebody couldn't take it anymore and it was done. You know? Interesting. Interesting. Let's do the Seven of Swords in the current situation. The Queen of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, the World card. So, let me do the Ten of Swords. The High Priestess, the Empress, the Three of Pentacles, and let me do the Three of Cups. The Seven of Cups, the Judgment card, the Sun. Okay. You're giving me split energies here. You're giving me a whole lot of love for someone, but you're refusing to align with that. It's kind of like carrying this massive feeling inside yourself and just being like, yeah, I don't want to. I don't give a shit. I'm not responding to that. Which, okay. Okay, in the sense that I don't know how great that's gonna feel for you, but that's pretty massive. And then you're showing me again, pretty massive energies tied up to whoever this is, whatever they represent to you. You feel called to possibly open up something here, but you're kind of hanging on to these energies of fear and confusion and whatever you manifested back then when it all kind of went south, you know, of, well, I don't want to respond to how I feel. This situation has no chance in hell that it will go anywhere, because even though I'm feeling something huge for it, I don't even respond to how I'm feeling to begin with. And second of all, even if I would, it would go nowhere, so fuck it. And then, yeah, I feel like I got this for you before this though, where it almost looks like you have a fantasy world with this, where you're living your emotions and your energies and whatever's tied up to this in that beautiful way you're experiencing in that fantasy world that you created. It's kind of like right here by your side, and that's where you choose to kind of dive in at times and disconnect from reality. And the reality is not acknowledging this, being like, go away, you know, I need to live my life. And it kind of sucks out here sometimes, so it's like, okay, let me jump back in there. So it's interesting because these are big energies right here that are unfolding for you. And no matter how much you say to these energies, I don't want to feel you, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to acknowledge you. Who the fuck cares? At the end of the day, you're still going to feel them, you know. It doesn't work that way, you know. Just press the button and not feel. No. You know that, I know that, everybody knows that. So it's like dealing with the reality of what you want your reality to be, and then having to decide that fantasy world that you can just kind of, you know, turn on and off whenever you feel like it. So that's kind of how it looks like. Let's do the Eight of Swords in the immediate future. The Seven of Pentacles, the King of Swords, the Four of Pentacles. All of this is going to start to affect, if it hasn't already, but I kind of get the sense that it has, affect your reality. Because all of what you've thrown in your fantasy world is everything that you feel. So think of it this way, you put everything that you feel someplace, you push it to the side to get to experience reality, and when you experience reality, all of what you feel is back there. It's like that it leaves you almost functioning like a little robot, you know? Because you have okay, we'll just go through the motions, whatever. So you're kind of showing me here that you want to create something, you want to build something, you want to make something grow, and you're pretty stubborn about it too. But there's so much confusion about it that tells me that this is not working out. Whatever this is, no matter how big of an intention you have, your heart's not in it, because your heart is back there. Remember, in your fantasy world, you left it there. So it's like, okay, you can have determination, you can have this, that, and the other, But is your heart in it? Is your passion in it? No, it's over there in the fantasy world. So that's why things are getting very difficult to achieve in the reality that you created for yourself. You're gonna have all sorts of challenges along the way. Sometimes you may remember, oh, okay, I need my heart. Let me get a little bit of it back with me. Okay, let me put it in here. It's still not, it's kind of like, why do I feel like I'm doing this reading over and over again for you? Because it feels like it's the same thing. Like both worlds merging, your reality and your fantasy world. That would probably be ideal, because then you would have to have you all the time with what you feel. And that would probably be better than this, trying to navigate reality without your fantasy world. For the Three of Swords, you get the Ten of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Five of Cups. When it comes to love, to all of that, it's kind of broken down. You're showing me a sense of, it's not working out. I'm not feeling much. Really? I wonder why that is. Really? And when you realize that puts a lot of, it kind of adds on to your pain. So you're creating pain because you're not feeling much when it comes to love, when it comes to, it's because you rejected yourself. When you created that, you probably thought that you would selectively feel for whoever you want, whenever you want, not even realizing that you actually created a sense of control over what you can feel and not, what you allow yourself to feel and not. That's rejection to self. When you say to yourself, don't feel that, it's not good to feel that, you're rejecting yourself. So it's kind of like a interesting, subtle, maybe karmic kind of circle that you keep on running. You keep on creating and sustaining by doing this. Let's do the Three of Wands. For the immediate future, you get the Justice card, the Six of Wands, the Five of Swords. Yeah. And you're giving me the sense of, you know what, it's fine. My fantasy world is fine there. I don't need to open up anything, any kind of worms or anything. Your can of worm is your fantasy world, and eventually you're going to have to open it because it's yours. So giving me a sense almost, but this is you trying to fool yourself here, because it's definitely a deceptive energy. You're trying to fool me too, but I'm not falling for it because I see the Five of Swords. So this is you telling me, hey, I'm happy the way things are, things being on hold, my emotions being on hold, me accepting whatever I feel, however much I feel being on hold, having this fantasy land that I can maneuver left and right, gives me a sense of control. I'm good. Bullshit. Yeah, you're good. Okay. Say that to yourself. I don't believe you though. And I know you probably don't give a shit about what I believe or not, but it has to get to the point where you're actually the one that calls yourself on your bullshit. So yeah, it's not, you're spinning in the same circle here, and it's not helping anyone, especially you, doing this. Because as I said, ultimately what you're doing through all of this is rejecting how you feel. And that tells you tell yourself through that it's not good feeling what you feel. What do you think that causes? Pain. Shutdown, emotional shutdown. Do you think that's good? This reality that you chose outside of your fantasy world looks good with that? I wouldn't think so, but from the universe for you, you get the Three of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Nine of Swords. This stresses you out. This is not, okay, you created your fantasy world and you're living a happy life. Now, all of this brings a lot of stress to you, like constantly, every day. Even if it's not in your face kind of a stress, it's kind of like in the background there, always working. Kind of, at some point, I feel like you get exhausted and you say, this situation, whatever the hell it was, whatever the hell it is, it's exhausting me. Again, not realizing that what is exhausting about this is you rejecting yourself. It's not the situation. This situation, this person, whoever they are, brought that up for you to deal with it, to look at it. How you responded to that, you shut them down, you shut the situation down, created your little fantasy world around that, what could happen in a beautiful, ideal way, and then you stuck to your reality, which was probably at this time worse than when they showed up in your life, because they challenged you to feel what you're feeling, whether it's right or wrong, and you never did that, and you keep on rejecting how you're feeling. You keep on rejecting yourself. And that's why the stress is here, not the person, not the fantasy. You basically. So that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.